In our first game of the year, the Clarkston Wolves lost in a lopsided contest, but that loss was to state champion Troy. Since then, Clarkston has used its offensive weapons and have since gone undefeated. 1 week later, TCI Sports covered a great game featuring Lake Orion and the Rochester Adams Highlanders. This game featured plenty of big plays as Adams scored the go-ahead touchdown with only 35 seconds left. Lake Orion's luck kicked in as 2 Adams defenders tipped the ball into the receiver's hands. Lake Orion then won the game with 4 seconds left. Tonight, it's Clarkston and Adams on the TCI Game of the Week.
The TCI Sports High School Football Game of the Week.
From Rochester Adams High School in Rochester, Michigan, it's the Clarkston High School Wolves taking on the host Highlanders of Rochester Adams High. Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Whiting, your play-by-play man for tonight's game between Clarkston and Rochester Adams. Along with me, our color analyst, Jack Roberts. Jack, it should be a tough ball game tonight.
Yeah, Bill, this is a great Oakland Activities Association battle. You know, Adams comes in, they're 2-4, but that's deceiving. They had a couple of close losses, heartbreakers, to Royal Oak Kimball, the number 9 ranked team in the state. They also fell in the last seconds to Lake Orion. This is a team they're led by quarterback Craig Wesley, tailback Brian Anderson, and they have a wide receiver, Chris Wasson, who's also stood out. I think the Highlanders are ready for a big game tonight, and the rivalry of Clarkston. The Wolves come in, they're ranked number 9 in the Metro North rankings. They're still up. They're 5-1. They lost to Troy. They're still up in the state tournament. They could go to the state tournament. This is a huge game for both teams. It should be a battle.
It should be a wonderful battle, Jack, and we look forward to broadcasting the game right now. Let's get to it, everybody. Stay tuned for Clarkston versus Rochester Adams High.
On the Master Anglers, we bring you the hottest fishing action around the state of Michigan. From tips and techniques to advice and stories from the pros, the Master Anglers gives you the info you need to catch the big ones. Plus, it's just plain fun. That's the Master Anglers, Thursday nights at 8 on TCI Channel 63.
What TCI is looking to do is we're looking to be a full-service provider, a one-stop shopping place, if you will. We're looking to provide all the services that anyone wants to consume in the area of communications, whether that's cable television, whether that's telephone, whether that's data, online services. Our goal is to be able to provide all those through one avenue, and that avenue being TCI.
Okay, everybody, we're ready for game time. Chris Wasson with the kickoff at Rochester Adams High. He sends it deep into the end zone. It's taken there and down. The ball will be coming out to the 20. Clarkston on offense.
Yeah, Tim Wilsilk just elected to keep it in the end zone and take it out at the 20.
The officials are Fred Castelvateri, the back judge, Dale Schaefer, the line judge, referee Mel Peters, Tom Blazak is the umpire, and Mike Carney, the head linesman. Okay. Clarkston basically runs out of the I formation with a balanced attack.
There's Dane Fife, the sophomore quarterback. He's a star in both basketball and football. We got an offsides.
There was movement.
Well, right now,
motion on Clarkston. 5-yard penalty.
Dane not happy about that. He got up to the line. He started to audible a little bit. Confusion on what the play was going to be. You see they're running it in from the sideline now. They'll change plays. It's obviously a different situation with 1st and 15 versus 1st and 10.
That's right, Jack.
They're going to go to a 2-back set. In the first play, they're in a 1-back set.
Fife calling the signals.
Look for 44, Jeff Long, the fullback. He's alone back there.
Fife gets it, and the whistle is blown again. Let's see who this is on. Offside, Rochester Adams.
Yeah, encroachment on the defense there. One of the linebackers jumped in. You know what it was? He saw the halfback moving in the backfield, and he kind of jumped in there.
That's absolutely right. It'll bring it to first down and 10 yards to go. We're just underway.
You see the Adams head coach, Jim DeJager, there on the sidelines.
Fife calling the signals. Hands off. Running off tackle. Gets a good gain. Up to about the 24. That was Jim Phelan on the carry.
You see Fife come over here, hand to Phelan. He's just going to go off tackle. He cuts it back in a little bit. Good go behind the blockers. He ran into trouble and ran over his own man. Pick up about 3, about 4. They need a little more, though, that offside.
That was Brad Phelan on the carry, not Jim Phelan. 5 sets. He goes back to pass. Getting some rush now. He rolls out wide left. He's going to keep it. He's at the 35 down to the 37, 38-yard line, let's call it. Good carry by Dane Fife.
Big pickup for Fife. He got the first down. He stepped back in the pocket. He saw there was really nothing downfield, and he just wheeled out and took it on a bootleg. You see Fife, he's just a big athlete. He's only a sophomore, big kid. He's got good vision right here in the back. He sets up. He sees pressure, and he avoids the pressure, gets around the corner, and turns it into a big gain and a first down for the Wolves.
It was a good run.
He took a shot. He might have run that ball out of bounds there and avoid the hit. Number 30, Ben Serralo, put a shot on him.
Fife goes back to pass, throws deep down the right sideline. It is caught out there.
That's Tim Wasilk, the senior wide receiver. Another first down for the Wolves. Wasilk just took it deep. Dane takes a deep drop. He kind of looks off, and he's going there. That was the call play. Wasilk gets open, and he'll pull it down in traffic right here. Nice catch for Tim Wasilk.
It was a nice catch, Jack, and Fife impressed me with his arm. He's got a good, strong arm.
Pick up a 25 and a first down for the Wolves.
First down from the Rochester Adams 31. Fife calling the signals. Gives the ball off. And Adams, good gang tackling on that play.
That was a fullback, Jeff Long, just busting it off the right side. Nice tackle there. Mike Hosbach put the shot on Long. You see Long just go off tackle here, kind of bounce off, go outside, and he runs in to number 4. Wasson put a shot on him.
Tight end is in Russell.
Second down, 8 to go. No score, just underway. Running from the eye. Takes the snap, he's going to pass again, throws out, incomplete.
That'll go high. You saw Dane kind of check off on his cadence there, and he almost pulled the Highlanders off sides again.
That'll bring it to third down, 8 yards to go. We're 2 minutes into the ball game. No score. Rochester Adams hosting the Wolves of Clarkston High School.
Got a shot of the Highlanders defensive captain there, Mike Hosbach, 6 foot, 159-pound linebacker. He's got good foot speed. I think you could see a blitz here on this one.
Fife with the snap, goes back to pass, throws down the left flat. It is caught. Caught out there, a good grab.
Jeff Bemis, nice catch by Bemis in traffic. He was double covered. And Fife is just connecting in trouble. He'll take a deep drop again, about a 7-step drop. He checks off, looks over to Bemis on the left side. He's double covered, goes up in traffic, pulls it down, takes the shot. Nice catch.
Very nice catch. Bemis does have good hands. He's 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. Lean wide receiver with good speed.
Mark Endersall really wrapped him up for the Highlanders and put a shot on him, but it's a first down.
From the 15. Fife laterals back.
Nice one-arm tackle. Big tackle.
That was Brad Phelan on the carry.
Jim Palmer putting a stop on there. You see that Clarkston kind of takes it off there. Phelan with it, goes right side. He fights off a blocker there, Palmer does. Wraps him up one-handed and slams him to the ground. Nice defensive work by Palmer.
Second down. I formation. 2 wide receivers. Now 1 in motion behind Fife. Takes the snap. He's getting rushed, and he is sacked. Good gang tackling by Rochester Adams High, Jack.
Yep, too much pressure there. Ben Sarala came in and wrapped him up, brought him down. That's a loss. The Wolves were driving. They started from their 20. You see Fife, he didn't take that deep drop, only a 2-step drop. He got in trouble there. He's in too much traffic, and he'll just get wrapped up. Nice tackle.
A lot of brown shirts around Dane Fife that time. That's third down. 10 yards to go.
Well, Brad Sarala is their leader on defense. He's a 6'2", 200-pound linebacker, and he really laid the wood to Fife on that one.
Wide receiver, wide left. I formation. Fife goes back. He's being rushed. He gets the pass off, and the kid is down to the 10-yard line, down to the 5. Touchdown! It is not a touchdown. It is my missed call. It is right down on the goal line.
That's Ryan Chapman. He got run out of bounds at about the 1. The 6', 170-pound senior. You see Fife come over. He looks to the right side, throws the defense off, comes back over here to the left, turns it over. Chapman set up on a little screen there, gets out in the flat, takes it down, and the Highlanders had to run him out at about the 1-yard line. Chapman, good speed, knows how to move with the ball in the open field, but he couldn't get it into the end zone.
First down, goal to go from the 1. Hands off, touchdown, Clarkston.
Jeff Long, the fullback, plows it in right off tackle. And Clarkston took that ball a long way. That's an 80-yard drive for the Wolves, and they look well on their way. The offensive line is just creating gaps in that Highlander defense. Here it is. And first man through doesn't take it. Long comes in behind right off sides. 6 points, Clarkston.
The opening TD, a beautiful drive. Starting from their own 20. Clarkston up 6-0.
Mason, number 14 for Oakland, has 2 points.
They'll attempt the extra point.
Booted. It's up.
No good.
No good.
Wide left.
Wide left.
Unfortunately for our viewers, got to be honest here, we don't show a 14 on the roster. We're going to have to dig up who the kicker is on the Clarkston sideline. But Dane Fife on that drive was out of control. Passing, he was 3 of 4 for 58 yards. Clarkston went for 1. They didn't get it. They lead by 6. They score early, and that's what the Wolves like to do. Get up early and put the pressure on you.
Clarkston 6, Adams 0. Next week, it's crossover week in the Oakland Activities Contest. Transition tackles tough issues like racism, poverty, and current local problems. Jeffrey Miller hosts this interesting half-hour designed to open up your mind. Watch Transition Wednesday and Friday night at 9 on Channel 63.
I don't know if our viewers got to see Jeffrey Miller cover the newspaper strike, but his 3 or 4 part series on that was really intriguing, and Jeffrey Miller is a very fine journalist in the area.
Rochester Adams set to receive. High end over end kick, kicking down on the 10-yard line. 15, a little handoff, a little razzle-dazzle.
He might be
up
gone.
to the 30, down to the 35, a good run back.
Boy, good hustle by that Clarkston defense. They were fooled by the reverse.
That was Ben Lord, Jack, on the carry.
You're going to see the handoff here. That's Chris Ramaya. He hands it off here to Lord. Lord cuts it out, but right there, a block from behind they got away from. If he beats this one guy, he's gone.
Yes, he is.
But he gets run out of bounds. Big return. Good field position for Adams.
Adams starting off 1st and 10 from their own 35.
First man
Here's the give up the middle, down to the 47-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Craig Wesley had that defense fooled. He looked like he handed it off, but it looked like he didn't. And he was faking the defense like he had it on his hip. And it's a first down for the Highlanders. Great play. That's good quarterback work.
There's Clark's coach Kurt Richardson on the sidelines. Now Wesley goes out to pass, incomplete.
A little bit high there. Clarkston was in on the coverage. Clarkston had 2 or 3 white jerseys around the receiver. But Wesley went a little bit long.
The scoring drive, Clarkston's scoring drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes, 4 seconds on the possession. A 1-yard run capped off by Long. 6-0 Clarkston. Second down, 10 to go for Rochester Adams. Okay, here goes Wesley.
Wesley just threw it a little bit high, looked into double coverage.
Now we're back live. Good run up the middle. That's on the down to Clarkston's 44-yard line on the carry.
Yep, Lord carried it again, punched it up the middle.
It'll be third down.
See the Clarkston defense. It's a big third down play here. Third and short yardage for the Highlanders.
Looks like about the 6 inches maybe, Jack, to get the first down.
There's Ben Lord. I think you're going to see Lord off tackle.
Wesley hands off.
And it was Ben Lord off tackle, and he got that first down. That's a bread and butter play for the Highlanders. Wesley to Lord, get you 3-4 every time. And if they can establish the running game early here on first down, if they can pick up 3 or 4 yards, I think you're going to see him go to the air. Watch this blocking here from the Highlanders front 4. Wesley hands it off. There's Lord. He follows the blockers. Easy 4 yards. He had a big gap in front of him. Good blocking by the Highlanders offensive line. We've got a timeout on the field.
6-0 Clarkston, timeout on the field. 6:56 remaining in the first quarter. Adams will be coming back starting first down.
Well, the thing for the Adams club tonight is that 6 key players are out, both a combination of disciplinary problems and a little bit of some questionable grades led Coach DeJager to take 6 starters out on this one.
On the next Roadshow video, Pat and Bubba take you to the Renaissance Festival. That's Roadshow video Thursday at 9 p.m. on Channel 63. Rochester Adams is running a pretty balanced attack, Jack. They talking to Coach Jim DeJager before the game. They're running primarily out of a wing T as they have all year, but he said look for a pretty balanced attack tonight.
Yep, 2-3 guys in the backfield at all times, led by quarterback Craig Wesley. He's got good footwork. He's really quick with the ball. Take away 2 really, really close losses for the Highlanders, and this is a winning ball club.
Absolutely. Hand off, and he gets hammered.
That was Brian Anderson cutting through the fullback, but there really wasn't much there as the Wolves jumped up, especially number 21, the captain, Mike Weaverstad for Clarkston, popped up and stopped this run. You see here, the handoff goes inside to Brian Anderson. He cuts it on the left side, but there's no hole there for a host of Wolves on that one.
Second down, no gain on the play. Wesley calling the signals. Drops back to pass, and it is incomplete. The pass intended for number 4, Chris Wasson.
Yeah, Chris Wasson, their leading receiver. You know what it was? Wasson jumped the gun here. You can't see it. Wesley coming off the right side. He's open a little bit high, a little bit wide, but Wasson was looking for the official to see if he caught him with an offsides play. He had jumped off the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10.
That's the Clarkston defense for you there.
Well, Wasson runs it in, but I think you're going to see Craig Wesley get to the air here and try to pick up 15, 20 yards.
Wesley indeed goes back to pass. He throws long. The home run ball. It is caught. Oh, it's dropped. It is dropped by Chris Wasson. He was wide open, had his man beaten by a good 2 yards, Jack.
Wasson can't believe it. He's caught 6-7 balls in each contest so far. He was open. He beat the defender. See Wesley get back here, take a deep drop, set up, and you know he's going to Wasson. Wasson breaking it deep on a fly pattern right down the middle, and it's there. He threw a strike. Wasson just couldn't hang on. He beat 2 defenders, and that was a touchdown. That was 6. He knows it. He'll come back. He's a good ball player. He knows it.
He is a good ball player. Chris Wasson, the man who just dropped that pass, is set to punt. He's a good kicker. Ball bounding down, out of bounds. Clarkston will take over from, it looks like their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, it's good field position for the Highlanders. Nice punt by Watson. Rather than, taking a chance at having it go into the end zone, he pins it. He kicks it on an angle and pins them down on their 11-yard line, kicks it out of bounds, and now their defense can try to stop Clarkston, have their offense get the ball back in good field position. Field position has hurt the Highlanders all year long, especially late in games.
Clarkston comes out, 1st down and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Quarterback is Dane Fife. He hands off right up the gut.
Yep, that was Jeff Long, the fullback, popping it in. That's the one that got him the touchdown. He got 3 or 4. That's enough to take a little pressure off. You might see Dane roll out on this one and either pitch it or just kind of kick a screen pass out wide. Try to get the ball on one of the corners.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. 6-0 Clarkston. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Fife barking the signals, I formation. On the give.
That's Phelan again. Went to the right side. He didn't get enough for the 1st down. Good stop by the Highlanders.
3rd down, 3 yards to go.
See Fife, he'll kick it off. 2nd man through, that's Phelan. Phelan goes right side, off tackle, cuts it in. And the Highlanders defense stepped up big. He was hit by a couple.
6 yards on the play, 3rd and 3.
I'd have to give the tackle to 22, Chris Ramaya. He's in on most of the plays.
Ball's at Clarkston's 17-yard line. Fife on the keeper, rolling left. He's at the 20, the 25, down to the 30, down to about the 34 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Another big run. You saw Dane Fife do that in the first drive. It's almost a design bootleg. He kicks it out here. He'll fake little play action right here. He intends to keep it. He comes around. He's not looking to pass. He wants blockers downfield, and Dane Fife can get it done. He's only a sophomore. He gets around the corner, picks up an easy 1st down. Another nice shot, though. He is taking shots as Sarala put a lick on him there at the end. But in that first drive, out of Clarkston's 80 yards, Dane Fife accounted for 73 of them.
1st down, 10 to go from the Clarkston 33. Fife goes back to pass, getting rushed, gets away. He's being chased by Lord, and he gets the pass off. Incomplete. And it is caught.
1st down.
It is caught. 1st down. Good grab by Tim Wassill.
That's almost the same play as they did. They're running the same series of plays, only with Silk had to come back. As you see him, he'll come back to Dane on this one. As Dane scrambles, he's got a blitz. He picks it up here. Good footwork. Get away from that defensive pressure. Roll out on the right side. He finds with Silk, who's coming back to him to make the catch. This is a nice play by the receiver with Silk to come back and get the ball and bring it down in bounds.
Excellent play. 1st down, 10 to go. Right at midfield.
With Silk to Fife is a deadly connection, and that Dane Fife, he is, for a big kid, he's got really quick feet. We're going to have a quarterback war here tonight between Craig Wesley and Dane Fife.
It looks like a pretty good matchup setting up, Jack. Fife calling the signals, I formation. Here's the give, right up the middle, and there's a flag on the play.
Brad Phelan kind of takes it right up the middle there. He took a shot from 51, Fotz. But we got a flag.
51.
Face mask on Rochester Adams.
Yep, Potts with a little bit of face mask. He dragged him down by the mask. You can see Phelan cut through the hole right up the gut. Here's 51-5. There it is. His left hand's on the face mask as he brings him down to the ground. It's hard to get he did get his hand off. Questionable call. It's hard to get your hand off. If you do, that's not a 15-yard call, but the official saw the hand on the face mask. It's big yardage.
Big yardage, 15 yards. Ball to Rochester Adams, 31-yard line. 6-0 Clarkston.
They're driving again.
Fife hands off.
Fumble.
There is a fumble. Clarkston retains it.
I think Phelan recovered his own fumble. Look, kind of a missed pitch there. You see Dane come back, pitch it off. Here's Phelan. He fumbles the pitch. but it's kicked off an Adams Highlander leg, and Phelan picks it up. Good recovery. Coach DeJager wanted that fumble right there to stop the Wolves. They're driving again.
They lost 5. Second down, 15 yards to go. 6-0 Clarkston.
Look out for Dane Fife to take it to the air here, and I think he's looking for with Silk.
Fife will indeed take it to the air. He goes back to pass, getting rushed, throws it down the right sideline. Incomplete.
Trying to find Ryan Chapman on that one, but Chapman just kind of ran out of room. Good coverage by the Highlander defense. You see Dane come here. He rolls to the left a little bit, but he's going back right. He spins, goes back to the right, looking for Ryan Chapman deep along the sideline, but there was good coverage from Justin Brinkman right there. Nice coverage.
Excellent coverage. They had him covered like a blanket.
Brinkman and Ramaya were in on that.
Third down, 15 to go. Fife calling the signals. One man set back. Goes back to pass. Throws incomplete. That ball intended for Tim Wasilk.
Yeah, Dane came back to the left side. They were going to try the other sideline, but a little bit, he led with Silk a little bit long on that one. Clarkston's going to have to punt.
Ryan Anderson, 49, back in the deep zone.
That's a huge victory for the Highlander defense to shut down the Wolves early in the game and try to get their offense back on the field and get some points.
It was a very big defensive stand, Jack. Fife has done a good job of taking charge of the Clarkston offense and leading them down the field.
Yeah, up until that last series of plays, Clarkston had 7 first downs already.
Oh, it's a fake. Right up the middle. It's Ryan Chapman.
He fell down. Let's see where they mark it. He might not have made it.
Well, a little bit of trickery on the Clarkston offense that time.
You see Mike Weaverstad there. You see Chapman go to the sidelines. He fell down. I don't know if he made it. He's pretty close. They might have to measure this one. Nope. They're going to give it to him.
First down. I love to see that.
What a play by the Wolves.
I love to see that. Beautiful fake.
I think Coach Richardson said, hey, we're inside midfield. Let's try it. Ryan Chapman got a lot of athletes on his team. Snap it off to Chapman, and he just takes it up the middle. Had he kept his feet, he might have got in the end zone.
Absolutely. Okay, first down for the Clarkston Wolves. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Clarkston. The handoff up the middle, down to the 5.
Chapman again busts a big one. And Justin Brinkman, 21, makes the stop for the Highlanders, but not before Chapman picks up plenty of yards. You see Dane here. Start to the left, go back to the right. Here comes Chapman off the left side of the line, following lots of white jerseys. And Brinkman comes up, takes him a little high, but rides him to the ground inside of the 10-yard line. Good tackle for Brinkman. Stop the touchdown.
First down, goal to go.
That fake punt, that's just a momentum killer.
The ball on the Adams 5-yard line. Power I. Here's the handoff. Didn't look like much of a gain, if anything, on that, Jack.
No, not at all. Good tackle there from Brad Sarala, number 30, as he pulled the ball carrier down from behind. Clarkston sideline, Coach Richardson there, telling Ryan Chapman what the play is.
No gain on the play. Second down, 5 to go.
Chapman will check in for Phelan now. I think you're going to see Dane kind of roll it out and try to get the ball around one of the corners. He'll try to use the foot speed of Dane Fife. He's really fast for a big fella.
Let's see what happens. It's Fife on the carry. He's running around the right end. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Yeah, that kind of an athlete, you got to use him, and Coach Richardson did. Great call from the Clarkston sideline, and that fake punt turns it around. Boom, they score another 6 points, and they're up by 12.
Absolutely. Let's watch it again,
Here's Dane, little play action. He'll take it around the right side, no intention to pass. He bootlegged 2 or 3 times in this game already. Now this is the third one. He'll take it around the right side, and he's in. 6 points, Clarkston. Dane Fife is just a fine quarterback. He's only a sophomore.
What a future ahead of that young man, huh?
Yes, indeed. They're going to go for 2.
They're going for 2. It's 12-0 Clarkston. Fife goes back to pass.
Deflection.
No good. 12-0 Clarkston. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
I think Jamie Ferguson, number 60, got his hand on that one and knocked it down, saved 2 points.
Here it is again.
Dane comes over. He's looking for the tight end on the post. Nope, it was number 30. Ben Sarala, he's been all over. Sarala jumped up, knocked it down, and avoided the 2-point conversion. But the tight end was open. Here you get a look at Sarala. He's played excellent on defense, but unfortunately, him and his teammates defensively have been on the field too long.
They have been on a long time. I'm very impressed with Fife's composure. He's doing an excellent job, especially for a sophomore, leading this team down the field, Jack.
Yep, the Highlanders were all excited. Their momentum just was totally deflated when Chapman took the fake punt and pulled it out just enough for the first down. It just turned that drive right around, and Clarkston's up 2 scores now.
Here's the kick, a little pooch kick. You've got to cover that ball, and it is covered.
Let's see if they call it down.
Or is
They're
it
going to call a fumble. Don't want to do that. After 10 yards, a kickoff is a live ball.
Adams ball. Here comes the replay again, Jack.
Yep, that's number 80, Josh Cook. He runs up to it.
That's Wasilk who...
and then Mike Hosbach got in there. He makes contact.
Yep.
He fumbles, but they say his knee was down and he had possession before he fumbled it. Hosbach kind of took it away from Cook there.
Wesley. Flags are thrown.
That's 40. Got an offside against Clarkston.
Offside, Clarkston.
You know, and I was just looking at the Clarkston offense. They've already have 9 first downs, 103 total yards here in the first quarter, and they just seem to be driving.
Yes, they are. First down, 5 yards to go.
There you get a shot, 9
42.
first downs to 2.
Wesley on the keeper, runs left, throws long. It is caught out there. It is caught. He's down to the touchdown, Rochester Adams.
Sarala on the long one. He burned Tim Wasilk, and he scores. Sarala came off, got the water, caught his breath a little bit, and the Highlanders have life. They're back in it.
Brad Sarala, a beautiful grab on a pass from Craig Wesley, and Rochester Adams gets on the board
Little
with
play
6
action.
points.
Wesley fakes off twice there. He's checking off, and he's going deep. Sarala just beats Wasilk in the open field here. Nice pass from Wesley. Nice soft pass. Sarala hauls it in and beats Wasilk to the end zone. 6 points for the Highlanders.
Here's the kick, spotted, booted up, and good.
Yep.
With 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter, it's the Clarkston Wolves 12, the Rochester Adams Highlanders 7. Coach Jim Jager talking over strategy with his team, firing him up. That puts a little bit of life into this Rochester Adams crowd.
Big time. Gets the crowd back into it. You get a shot of the bell there, the Adams bell, as we take a look. It's senior recognition day here at Adams. And they've got a 90-member band, and boy, they're fired up. That touchdown gets them back into it.
Okay, kicking it off is Chris Wasson for Rochester Adams.
All right, now let's cover hard now. Let's go. 32 back for Clarkston. Come on, Michael Juchek. Go get someone now.
Chapman and throw the game back deep.
End over end kick. Coming down on the 5-yard line. Gets up to the 30, down to the 31. A good run back. 26 yards.
Number 28, starting corner. Nice tackle on the plane.
That was Tim Wasilk on the return. Big return for the Wolves. Another, here you see Wasilk, good hands. He kind of waits for his blockers to set up. Now he'll keep it on the right side, but he bounced off a couple tackles here and turned this into a big return. See him bounce off the tackle here, and he's still driving those legs. So important for a high school kid.
Absolutely. The Adams drive 63 yards, one play to give them their first touchdown of the game. 7 points, 12-7 Clarkston.
Nothing like the 63-yard bomb.
Here's the give. Right up the middle. Down to the 35.
The gain on a dive up the middle. Cahill on second in the middle of the line, 66, along with support from Hoshback.
You get a shot there with Jeff Long, the fullback. Dane Fife comes back, first man through. It's Jeff Long. He'll pop off the guard here and just kind of fight his way for 3 or 4 big yards. And I tell you, number 2, Mike Hosbach, has been in on almost every tackle for Adams, and their defense stood up.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Clarkston 12, Rochester Adams 7.
I tell you, Adams has got to be feeling really good to be only down by 5 points when you consider they hadn't had the ball that much at all. It was all Clarkston. They only had the ball for 2.5 minutes, where Clarkston had it for 9.5 minutes of that first quarter, and they still only have a 5-point deficit.
Oakland Press Perspective. Oakland Press editor Neil Monroe hosts a program designed to enlighten you on issues that affect Oakland County. The Oakland Press Perspective airs Friday night at 8:30 on Channel 63.
Come on, D. Come on, D. Let's go. Stay tough now. Jacob, stay low.
Okay, let's see what Clarkston can do now. Quarterback Dane Fife. Starting the second quarter, he's led some beautiful drives. Good time of possession.
That fan there likes number 9, Greg Wesley, the quarterback of Adams.
I formation. Fife calling the signals. From the 35. Steps back to pass. It is caught by Wasil. Out of bounds at the 45.
Another first down for the Wolves. Good pursuit from Chris Ramaya on this play. But you see Dane Fife, you look right down the right side. He's looking for Wasilk. He just steps up, makes the catch, gets 4 or 5 after the play. Ramaya runs him out of bounds, but not before he picked up the first down. Fife to Wasilk is just killing the Highlanders.
They really are, Jack. Ball on Clarkston's just over the 45-yard line. One set back directly behind Fife. He gets the ball. Over tackle to about the 48. That was Brad Phelan.
It's been tough yardage for the Wolves lately as they take the ball up the middle. Where they're finding holes in that Highlander defense is around either corner. If they can turn that corner, they've got too much speed.
Ball's on the 47. Second down. Clarkston out of the huddle. 2 setbacks. Fife back to pass. Gets good protection. Throws over the middle. That is complete to number 7. He's down to the 20-yard line, down to the 15, and knocked out of bounds.
Mark Endersall on the grab there. Big catch. They found Endersall, the tight end, right over the middle. Huge pickup. You see Dane take the deep drop. He gets plenty of protection from his offensive line. That's what vision can do. He finds Endersall in traffic, and he's gone right here. He's already got the first down, and it's nothing but yardage for Endersall.
Endersall, nice grab. He's a junior, 6 feet tall, 171 pounds.
Number 7, Asher Gillespie, wrapped him up and saved a touchdown on that one, but Endersall with a big grab, and Clarkston's in scoring position again.
Dane Fife, 6 for 9 thus far for 111 yards. First down for Clarkston. The Rochester Adams 14. Handoff. Down to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Brad Phelan again there, breaking it off the left tackle.
Sorella over there.
Get a shot of Phelan. He's only a sophomore too, 5'8", 160. Boy, they got a lot of sophomores putting in some quality minutes for this Clarkston team.
Absolutely. They mark the ball to 12. They call it 2nd and 7 from the Rochester Adams 12. Fife calling the signals. Here's the give up the middle. He's down to the 2-yard line.
Phelan again, huge hole on the left side. They just got behind the big left side of that Clarkston defense, and Phelan found a huge gap. He got in behind number 79, Mike Eberhard, there on the line, and just takes it right up the gap. Touchdown saving tackle, close to a face mask. 51, Potts makes the stop.
First down, goal to go. Clarkston up by 5, 12-7, coming down to the 10-minute mark of the second period. Fife, here's the give. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Once again, we had Phelan right up the middle.
Brad Phelan, Jack.
Huge score. No, that was Ryan Chapman on the score.
Excuse me. That was number 1, Ryan Chapman. That makes it 18-7 for Clarkston.
You see right here, Chapman just follows the fullback to gain right into the end zone. Too much of a hole. Chapman's in there. And that's a huge touchdown. Got to wonder if that won't take some of the steam off the Adams. But they've got a huge crowd. They've got to come back now. Look for Dane Fife to roll out again. When he rolls out, he's finding all kinds of open space in front of him.
Cross backfield. They stopped it. 2-point try is no good. 18-7, Clarkston over Rochester Adams High. We're at the 10:02 mark.
Craig Barbuda made a big stop for the Highlanders or killed at 2 points. I got a question why Clarkston wants to run that ball up the middle. Well, I don't know why they don't use Dane Fife's foot speed, roll him out onto the side, either have him run it in or pass it in.
For a tall kid, he does have good speed.
Exactly.
Excellent speed.
Come on, let's go.
Coach Jim DeJager railing his troops.
You know, this is a much better team than their record. Their record is so deceiving, Adams. 2-4, take away a huge loss to Royal Oak Kimball on a field goal, a missed field goal as the clock expired. And then the last possession, they were beat by Lake Orion. But Royal Oak Kimball dominated Berkeley last week, 14-0, and Kimball's now ranked in the state number 6. So you can't hang your hat when you lose to a team like that.
Excellent drive. 7 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes, 37 seconds on the possession. Here's the kick, another pooch kick. Taken by Rochester Adams High on the far sideline. Run up to about the 40-yard line, perhaps just over the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was Mike Hosbach on the return there. But, you know, Clarkston, rather than kick it deep, they kind of squid kick it. They'll give you good field position, avoid the run. It's total domination here for Clarkston.
239-88. Craig Wesley, the quarterback for Rochester Adams High. They run out of the wing T. Josh Cook in motion.
There's a hole.
Here's the give. Down the right side. Is that Ben Lord?
Yep.
It is Ben Lord.
Ben Lord, he knows how to move with that ball. He's a 5'10", 168-pound fullback. You see Lord here, first man through. He kind of cuts off the right tackle there. He breaks it outside. He's got plenty of room, and he knows how to move with it in the open field.
Adams getting into Clarkston territory.
He's a tough runner, tough kid.
He is a tough kid.
It's a good combination with Wesley. Wesley can throw that ball.
Ball at the Clarkston 46. Wesley calling the signals. And he is going to be trapped for a loss.
Yeah, Jim Palmer there on the reverse, but the Clarkston defense not fooled at all by the wing T setup. They must have watched some game film coming into tonight. There's Palmer in motion. Wesley hands to him, but Clarkston, the whole defense is right with them. There was no hole there. Big tackle there for number 67, Ryan Schlaff, the 5'11", 195-pound junior, shows his strength. He's been hitting the weights. Palmer's a big kid, 6 foot 185. He's got good speed, but he just didn't have any room to run on that one.
2nd and 10. Wesley, here's the give. Off tackle. Brian Anderson on the carry.
Yep, Brian Anderson, big, strong halfback there. Just didn't have plenty of room. Clarkston is not fooled by the run. Anderson, 5'8", 171. You see him here. He finds a little bit of a hole, but then Clarkston closes that gap early.
They closed it in a hurry. Gain of 4, 3rd down, 6 yards to go. 18-7 Clarkston.
And Zukelikowski wrapped him up and brought him down. Zukelikowski weighing in at 200 pounds, 6'2", 200, one of the leading linebackers on the Clarkston defense.
Wesley back to pass, getting rushed. Look out, he fumbles the ball.
No, it's still a scramble. It's still a scramble.
Referee rules Clarkston. Clarkston recovers the football.
That ball was loose. They're still fighting for it now.
Number 62, Underwood.
But Mike Underwood makes the recovery, according to that referee, and it's Clarkston ball at about midfield.
Here's the replay, Jack.
Yeah, you know, Wesley just kind of got his arm cut up. He was bobbling that ball right here. He takes a hit on the hand, and it takes off, and he's too far away to go back and get it. He's trying to come back and get it, but the ball just bounced away from him. You see Wesley still fighting for that ball, and that was a loose ball, but the referee called it white jersey, Clarkston ball.
Well, let's see what Dane Fife does with this drive now. He's going back to pass, there's right. Over the line of scrimmage, he's down to the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. It's a touchdown for Clarkston.
48-yard run for Fife.
He did a good job staying in bounds. I thought he was going to be touching the sideline there, but no go.
He's a lethal weapon. I thought he was dangerous on the basketball floor, but now I don't know. I think he's a two-sport star. Look at this kid. Look at the footwork on Fife. Good fake. He's looking. He's not really looking to throw. Waiting for blockers to develop. Little pump fake here. I'm going to keep it. See you later.
He sees an opening, and he can just go get it, can't he?
And he uses his blocker well there. Cuts it back outside. Good footwork to stay in bounds for Dane. And he beats the man to the end zone. Too easy for Dane Fife. 48-yard score.
Clarkston going for one.
If you're going to stop Clarkston, you got to stop Dane Fife. Here he is holding for the kicker.
Ball spotted, booted up, and good. So with 8:04 to go in the half, it's Clarkston 25, Rochester Adams 7.
You know, when you look at Clarkston, they've had 4 scores now. They've taken it 80 yards, 89 yards, 70 yards, and then 49 yards on a keeper from Dane. Huge advantage for Clarkston, 25-7, but Dane Fife and company, they came out ready to play in this first half, and they're taking it to Adams on Adams Senior Appreciation Day.
Let's go, Adams! Let's go, Adams!
Rochester Adams cheerleaders trying to get this crowd riled up.
See Dane there taking the acknowledgments from his teammates, saying, yeah, but I'll meet you on the basketball floor. We'll go one-on-one. He is phenomenal on the basketball floor.
Is he?
Yes. He in the quarterfinals. Well, this team last year, this Clarkston team lost 19 starters from last year's team, a team that went to the semifinals. They had
one play, 49 yards, 24 seconds off the clock. 49-yard run by quarterback Dane Fife. Here's the kicks. They're ending deep for Rochester Adams. Brian Anderson. He comes to the right side, though. It's picked up. The 25. Down to about the 27-yard line.
Chris Ramaya on a good return there for the Highlanders.
Chris Ramaya.
And looking at Fife, here's Ramaya on the return. He was thinking about going up the right side. He cuts it back here to the left, changes hands with the ball to avoid the fumble. Ramaya hangs on. Good return for Ramaya. Didn't have much help from his teammates. Had a lot of white jerseys to battle on the return.
Well, let's see what Craig Wesley, the quarterback for Rochester Adams, can do now. His team down by 18 points.
Wesley's got to take it to the air.
He does. He rolls right. He throws over the middle. Incomplete. That ball intended for Brian Anderson.
Wesley rolled out right, but he just couldn't find anybody in the open field there. His receivers just were not there. A lot of pressure from the Clarkston defense. Wesley fake it. He'll roll it out to the right side. He's looking down the middle. He's got 2 receivers there, but just kind of put it in between them.
2nd and 10 from their own 27. Josh Cook in motion. Here's the give up the middle. It's Lord. He is down to the his own 44-yard line, let's call it. Now let's call it the 43.
Nice run from Ben Lord.
Picked up the first down.
24, Bill Goldforth got him at the ankles, but take away the ankle tackle, and Lord might have busted that one for real big yardage. We're going to check Lord's shoulder pad there. Kind of came loose on that play. Lord's been tough with that ball, running up the middle.
Rochester running the wing. Craig Wesley. Here's the give to Anderson. Good run down to the 48, 49-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
Nice run for Anderson, a 5'8", 175-pound running back. You see Wesley handoff here. Nice handoff with the fake. And here goes Anderson right up the gap. Good run for him. Also a nice tackle from Mitch Hargett, one of the captains. The nose guard.
2-man backfield in motion. Here's Anderson. Here's the give.
Oh, nice shot.
Enough for the first, it looked like from here. Let's see, Jack.
Mike Buchek, the ball carrier there, but man, he took a lick. You got to keep your head down on the open field, Mike, or they're going to pop you. Wesley handed off to Buchek, first man through, take it off tackle, left
first
side.
Down.
Enough for the first down. He takes a shot right here in the face mask. Gets wrapped up by 3 or 4. The lead tackler had to be Jay Richardson, number 5. He put a lick on Buchek.
For the life of me, I don't know who would want to be a ball carrier. Take some good solid licks.
It's so important when you're heading through that line to keep your head down, stay low, as low to the ground as possible until you're like past the linebackers.
Wesley. Here's the handoff around right end. He's down to the 40. He's down to the 35.
Nice run for Mike Elliston there. He just took.
72.
Oh, we got a penalty. You heard the referee. They're going to bring it back.
Against
Captain,
Adams.
please.
Let's see if Mark Lazowitz was holding here. Nice run off the right side. Elliston taking it off right tackle. The hold was somewhere in there. Elliston in the open field, good enough for a first down, but it all comes back. Good run for Elliston.
First down, 20 yards to go from their own 41-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the game. Clarkston leads 25-7. Wesley goes back to pass. Little pass in the flat. It is complete down to midfield.
Yep, Chris Wasson on the catch there. Wasson came in with the play there. They go to the air on first and long yardage. Wasson, he gets some of it back, but not enough. Nice pass right over the top. They dump it over the top. Wasson with a good catch. He's in the open field, but he can't beat the defender. And again, that's Jay Richardson making the stop for Clarkston. And that's good open field tackling to take that ball carrier on below the knees. Don't try to take him up high. Go down and get him at the ankles.
2nd and 14 from their own 49. Here's the give to Brian Anderson. Just over the line of scrimmage. I think he picked up looked like about 2 on that play, Jack. 2 or 3.
The Clarkston defense stepping up big as Ryan Schlaff makes the stop on that one off the right side. Nothing for Anderson. He'll go off tackle right here. But Schlaff steps up. 67, he had help from 62, Mike Underwood. And that Clarkston defense has been tough on the run. I think you're going to have to get him on the air. The thing about Adams, though, is they need to keep this drive alive and keep the ball out of Clarkston's hands.
3rd and a long 12. Wesley calling the signals. 2-man backfield. He drops back to pass. Little pass in the flat to Wasson. He's down to the 45. Cuts back over the middle. Tries to get some running room, running east and west, but couldn't find it, Jack.
Nope, you want to stay vertical there. Don't start running horizontal on us. But it was a nice catch. They've done that play before, but now they're going to be faced with 4th and long yardage. You see as he dumps it over the top, Wasson will make the catch right here. And he's trying to beat too many people here. He can't make up his mind. You just got to put your head down and keep that ball going north and south.
4th and 8 from the Clarkston 44. Wesley goes back to pass. He's being rushed, and he is sacked. But there's a flag on the play.
Jay Richardson there on the blitz. Again, Richardson been all over on this drive.
Wesley didn't see him coming.
All right. White captain, please.
It's a hold on Adams.
You see Jay Richardson there. He's been a leader. He's only a junior, 5'11", 145. Got good speed. He blitzed. Nobody picked him up. He came in around the right side, laid a pop on Wesley. You see Wesley's got his back to Richardson now. He doesn't see him coming. Here's Richardson. Good foot speed and puts it right in between the numbers.
Didn't see him coming at all.
Beautiful hit.
Good hit. Well, the Wolves take over again.
Tell you one thing about Clarkston, they're fundamentally sound. Kurt Richardson has really done a job with this program.
There goes 5. There looked to be motion on that Clarkston front line. Let's see what happened here.
I think I jinxed their offense.
Yeah, procedure call. They'll make it 1st and 15 from their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, the Wolves got a little eager there. They want to get another score on the board before halftime.
We're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the half. Fife goes back to pass. Little pass down the left sidelines. It is incomplete.
Tim Wasil couldn't come up with it. Good coverage by Mike Elston there. Fife to Wasilk. It's been there all night, but right that time, Wasilk just couldn't come up with it. He almost had to turn completely around there. You see Dane go back. He'll take a 3 to 4 step drop, come up quick, look for Wasilk on the left side. Wasilk goes up just a little bit too high for me. Almost turned fully around.
Second down, 15 to go from the 48.
Dane's 6-9 with 112 yards already. We're still in the first half.
Fife back to pass. Gets good protection. Runs off now. Throws it. It is complete. It is complete.
Tim
Wasilk has the ball, and he is down to the 20-yard line.
Well, I don't know how Dane found Wasilk on that one, but he sure did. He had someone wrapping up his legs, and Wasilk, the 6', 170-pound senior, knew what to do with it. Dane kind of wheels here. He's got lots of pressure. He cuts off to the left side, and he's got tacklers bringing him down at the knees, and he gets rid of it. In desperation, here's Wasilk, comes up with it. Wasilk, nice fake there, good move. Faked a couple Highlanders out and took it for big yardage. Wasilk knows how to move in the open field.
He does, and Fife showed excellent composure there with a lot of brown shirts around him there, Jack.
He sure did.
First and 10 from the 20.
Touchdown saving tackle for Chris Ramaya again. Number 22's been in on all plays.
Fife, here's the give. Down to the 10-yard line.
Penalty too. They'll add some yards on it. Brad Phelan, the ball carrier, but the Highlanders wrapped him by the face mask, and that's going to add some yardage.
Exactly what you don't need.
You have it.
Here it is.
See here, Fife works off. They're going to work. Here's Phelan cutting off the right side of that line. He's got plenty of real estate in front of him. Good tackle there, but he grabbed the face mask. Justin Brinkman wraps him up, but got his hand caught on the mask, and you never want to do that. Got to tackle lower than that. Don't tackle up high.
First down, goal to go from the 5-yard line. Clarkston knocking on the door again. They lead 25-7. Fife rolling left. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Dane Fife is just deadly on the move tonight.
He runs that rollout about as good as I've ever seen any high school quarterback run it, Jack.
Don't hurt him in the end zone. Celebrating here. Dane fakes the handoff to the left, keeps it around the side here, and watch him just take it right in. It's too easy for Dane Fife.
31-7, Clarkston leading. They'll go for one. Here's the spot. And the kick is good. So with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the first half, the Clarkston Wolves hold a commanding 32-7 lead over the Rochester Adams Highlanders.
Yeah, in defense of that Adams defense, they've been on the field almost the entire first half, and they've got to be getting tired. 32-7 here for Clarkston. But, you know, this Clarkston team, you see just how strong they really are. Their one loss was to Troy, the defending state champs. Take that away. They're ranked number 6 in the Metro North rankings. They're still in there for a state tournament bid. And the thing about getting into the state tournament is power points, the winning point margin. In a game like tonight, Clarkston knew coming in they had to win by a lot of points to increase their ranking, and it looks like they could get into the state tournament if they were to avoid an upset here. They have 2 games left at home, too. I know of the remaining 3, 2 are at home.
Well, this is an extremely impressive offensive display by Clarkston. They've the presence of mind, the leadership demonstrated by Dane Fife is really something.
Yeah, he doesn't play like a sophomore. You see there, they went 47 yards and 5:47. They ate some of the clock up, and Dane Fife punched it in on a 5-yard run again. And he's sure he plays a lot more than 10th grader normally plays.
Here's the kick, little squibber. It's picked up on the 30, 35, to the 40, the 45. Oh, he nearly busted that tackle.
How about that Cook, number 80?
Good return there for Josh Cook.
Here we go.
They squibbed it off to him again, and Cook just took a lot of people on here.
Looked like I'm sorry, Jack. It looked like he came within about a tackle of busting it all the way. Let's see.
Yeah, he sure did. He fought his way through a lot of tacklers.
Keeping
Josh
his legs
Cook,
driving.
5'9", 165 pounds. He's tough to bring down on those returns.
First and 10 from their own 44. Craig Wesley. He hands off. Oh, and he's met with a good tackle, and there's a flag on the play.
That was Cook again coming around, and Joe DeGain, the fullback, makes the stop, the fullback linebacker, but flag on the play. It looked like a holding.
6 seconds of holding against the Highlanders.
Holding against Rochester Adams.
Captain.
Yeah, you'll see the left side of the line as they come out. The pulling guard, I don't want to name names, but right there's the hold. Number 60 kind of wraps somebody up right in front of the referee, Jamie Ferguson. You don't want to do that.
Not in front of the ref. First and 10. Let's make that first and 15. Wesley rolls back to pass. It's complete. That's Brian Anderson.
Nice look. Anderson with a big catch. Got some nice yards, but Wesley just dumps it over the line of scrimmage. I like Wesley here. He's got a good arm and he's got good accuracy. He wheels off here to the left and dumps it right over to Anderson. Anderson finds a gap and just takes it up, and he took Ryan Chapman on one-on-one. Chapman runs him out of bounds.
That'll make it 2nd and 2 in Clarkston territory. He is stopped.
Not much room there for Mike Buchek. Gonna have to see. It's close to the first down, though. He might have got that yard and a half. Yeah, they're gonna measure.
Yeah. They'll bring out the change. Let's see.
It's a big measurement for Highlanders. You don't want to give the ball back to Clarkston and allow them a minute on the clock here to score again.
Not now, you don't. Clarkston has just dominated so much on offense. No. Just shy of the first, just a few inches.
Great shot by our crew. We got pretty close to that measurement, I'll tell you.
3rd and 1. Minute 17 remaining in the half, 32-7. Clarkston ahead of Rochester Adams.
Let's go now, O-line. Come on now. Come on now, get up in there.
Craig Wesley's going to have to get it done.
Hand off to Brian Anderson.
Anderson took a big shot from 22, Joe DeGain, but Anderson got that first down, and that's what the Highlanders needed. You'll see. They go to Anderson right here. He punches it off the right tackle. There's DeGain, 22, just wraps him up and takes him down. It was a first down, but DeGain got a shot on him.
1st and 10.
You know, this Clarkston team is pretty deceiving. They look rather small, but, man, are they hitters, and they fundamentally put that helmet in your numbers.
They've got good technique, Jack. Here's Wesley running back, rolls back. Little pass in the flat to Anderson. He's down to the 30, cuts back over the middle, down to the 25, down to the 20, the 15, down to the 14-yard line. That was a pretty play.
Good cutback by Anderson there. Nice quick pass. Wesley gets it out there quick. Anderson's gone. Watch Wesley. He'll wheel off. He'll turn back this way and just dump it right here. There's Anderson. Nice pass. Wesley sucked the defense in. Anderson's got room. This cutback right here got him another 10 or 15 yards.
Beautiful run back by Brian Anderson.
You see Weaverstad, 21, just kind of popped him at the ankles there.
Jim DeJager talking over some strategy with his troops. Under 1 minute to go, 46 seconds. It'd be good to see Adams pound this ball in.
Yep, with a guy like Wesley, a score right here, and I think they could be back in it.
Join Mark Gomez as he takes you on the waters of Michigan on the Master Anglers. He and his guests will give you the advice you need to reel in a fish just like this one. That's the Master Anglers, Thursday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 63.
Coming up this winter, TCI begins its 10th season of high school and college basketball on the TCI Game of the Week. Each week on Channel 63, you'll catch all the action as the area's best teams match up. And the coverage is what you've come to expect from TCI Sports. Don't miss it. The TCI Sports Game of the Week, coming up this winter on Channel 63.
Jack, can you see what happened there?
Yeah, well, as Wesley rolled out to the right before he got outside, there was plenty of movement. There was a lineman moving along with a receiver moving in motion. You can't have two people moving at once, but the referees are talking about it.
Here it is here, Jack.
And you see Wesley come off the side. Right before that, the tackle had moved out, and that's what the referee dumped the flag on him there. But Wesley got 5 or 6 yards out of nothing, really.
Okay, it'll be first down and 15 from the 20-yard line. Wesley drops back, obvious passing situation. He's being chased, and he is brought down. Brought down at about the 32-yard line.
Ryan Schaff got in there, the 6'1", 250-pound defensive tackle, busted through. You see Schaff come in here, and Wesley's just really got nowhere to run. Schaff's all over him. That's a huge loss right now. Schaff brings him down one-handed. Good stop for Schaff.
Great pursuit.
For being 250 pounds, he's got big foot speed. This team is quick, Clarkston. They've got speed.
That they do. Rochester Adams calls a timeout. There's 16 seconds to go in the half. When you trail by 25, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that the ball's going to be put up in the air here.
I think in the last one, Craig Wesley was thinking about dumping it off to avoid the sack, but I think he saw white jerseys in front of him and was worried about an interception, so he'll take the loss and try to make up for it, maybe with a deep pass.
Well, that brings it up to second down and a long 29 yards from the Clarkston 32-yard line.
And you know what those Wolves coaches are saying over there. Let's get back, avoid the big pass. Let them have the 10 or 15 yards in front. Let them have that one. Just don't let them beat you deep. No one gets behind you back toward the end zone.
That's right. Well, let's see what they pulled out of their playbook here. They really need a score just to give them a little bit of incentive going into the second half. Here's Wesley, drops back. Looks and throws the home run ball into the end zone, and it is dropped out there, nearly caught.
Chris Wasson, it was deflected, I'll give him that, but that's the second ball that he's had his hands on in the end zone. You've got to hold on to that ball. Wesley really can't throw this any better. If he throws it any farther, he'll throw it out of the end zone. He just throws that home run ball. It's high, and the Clarkston Wolves come in here. One of them Chapman gets his hand on it. Oh, Wasson, he had it. He had it in his hands. You got to come down with that one, especially on your home field.
Here's a field goal attempt now. Wasson will try an attempt of about 48 yards. It is up, and it is good. A beautiful field goal by Chris Wasson from 47 yards, I'll call it. Maybe 48.
He made up for it on that one, didn't he? What a leg.
He has a great leg. 32-10. Clarkston up ahead with 3 seconds to go. And he had room to spare on that field goal.
Yeah, he sure did. At least 10 yards. There's Wasson there, 6'1", 175. Boy, I think when he kicked that one, he was still hot about dropping that deflected pass in the end zone the play before.
Yeah. Boy, that's got to be heartbreaking in a big game to drop 2 passes wide open in the end zone.
It'd be a much tighter game right now. But I don't think right here you want to kick it all the way down and let Clarkston have a chance at a run back. You might see a squib kick here. There's only 3 seconds to go. Kill the clock, get into the locker room, and talk about it.
Well, that would be my strategy, Joe. Let's see what happens. Wasson kicking off for Adams.
I don't know if there'll be much talking in that Highlander locker room. It might be one person doing a little bit of
I think so. By the name of DeJager, huh? Here's the run back up to the 30, the 40, up to the 45-yard line. And that ends the first half with a score: the Clarkston Wolves 32, the Rochester Adams Highlanders 10. Here's the kickoff return, Jack.
Yep, that's Chapman on the return there. He kicks it up. He almost broke it, but there was a good tackle there from number 2, Mike Hosbach. Got him at the ankles, and that kills the half. And I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what this 90-member band can do under the direction of Jim Knoll to get the crowd back into it on Senior Recognition Day.
Well, this ought to be a heck of a halftime. We're going to break. Final score, the score at halftime: the Clarkston Wolves 32, the Adams Highlanders 10.
If you wish wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
I wrote a letter to TCI because of the kind service and the kindness that was given to me when we needed service. I'm a district manager for Family Dollar stores here in Detroit and Pontiac. And being a district manager over 16 stores, it's important for us to maintain good customer service day in and day out. If you don't give good service to customers, you don't maintain good service, you don't maintain a good company. And TCI, in my book, has certainly represented customer service to the nth degree.
Welcome back to Rochester Adams High School. I'm Bill Whiting along with Jack Roberts, the color man. Starting the second half, Clarkston Wolves 32, Adams Highlanders 10. And here are the stats for the first half, Jack.
Yeah, it was basically, especially time of possession right at the bottom, is all Clarkston. But if we look at passing, Dane Fife connected for 144. On the Adams side, Westerly was strong at 105, but the rushing all dominated by the Wolves. And Dane Fife was all over the place, 290 total yards and 15 first downs, and they didn't turn it over once. Clarkston is a much improved team, but I think that Adams is going to have to take it to the air, and Wesley's got to get hot.
Absolutely, and the time of possession, over twice as much time. Clarkston, Dane Fife just absolutely dominated that first half. Very impressive.
Yeah, Dane with six rushing plays for 89 yards, 3 touchdowns. And as far as going to the air, he was 7 of 10 for 144 yards.
Kevin Mason, a little pooch kick. It's taken in a swarm of white shirts. Down the ball carrier on the 35. I couldn't see who that was on the kickoff return, but it wasn't much of a return. So Rochester Adams starts off from their own 38-yard line.
Coach DeJager had said at halftime, let's avoid turnovers, take it to the air, try to get some quick points, and hopefully in the third quarter we can narrow it up a little bit, make it a 1 to 2 score game.
Cook in motion, the handoff from Wesley to Anderson.
Anderson, the ball carrier here, is going to take it off the right side. Not much of a hole. The line just couldn't bust, and you see Schlaff again, 67. He's just an outstanding defensive player, Ryan Schlaff, for Clarkston. He's been in on lots of tackles.
No gain in the play. Still second down, 10 yards to go. We're just underway in the second half, 32-10. Clarkston leading Rochester Adams. Wesley goes back. He's going to put it up. Incomplete. Pass intended for Chris Wasson, number 4.
Yeah, good coverage by the Wolves there on defense. Plenty of speed. Wesley just couldn't find anybody open.
Third down coming up.
The thing about this for Adams is they cannot give the ball back right away to Clarkston. They got to use some of the clock and try to sustain somewhat of a drive. Get a couple first downs.
Adams' defense was on the field for much of the first half. They have to be extremely tired. Wesley goes back to pass. He's being rushed, gets one over the middle, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
He was trying to find James Palmer there over the middle. He just threw it a little bit short. Wesley misjudged a little bit and got it down too low. See Wesley's back, deep drop, plenty of time, good protection from his line. He takes it over the middle. It's just about 4 yards short behind the big fella, James Palmer. There you see a look at Palmer, 6 foot 185. He's been open over the middle and he's been tough on those runs, but they had no chance at that one.
Washington standing deep. He'll get the punt away. Ryan Chapman. It's a bad snap from center. Wasson runs it down. He's at the 20. He's being chased. Tries to cut right and is brought down on the 20-yard line. A bad turn of events for Rochester Adams High.
Yep, 35 Chris Evans along with Ryan Schlaff just chase him down. And Watson, you see the ball bounces short. He kind of kicks it off. He picks it up. He thinks he's going to run for it here. He tries to get around the corner, but he just can't beat number 35, the big fella Chris Evans, with one-handed pulls him down. Schlaff jumps in there. You know, huge turn of events. Now Clarkston, look at the field position they have. And Dane Fife is red hot tonight.
You can't ask for better field position to start the second half for Clarkston. Fife calling the signals. Handoff up to the 20.
And Brad Phelan, the ball carrier. Good hustle from that Adams defense. They take away the run. Brad Sorella in on the stop there. He filled the hole. See right here as we go up the middle there with Phelan. Nothing doing as Sorella just plugged the hole. Phelan still a sophomore. Phelan and Fife, two of the three in that backfield of sophomores from Clarkston.
Jeff Bemis in at wide receiver on the left side. He goes in motion behind Fife. Fife back to pass. He's being rushed. He gets away. He keeps it. It's down. Now he throws it into the end zone. It's a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what happened.
I think Dave Fife ran past the line of scrimmage on that.
I think he did too, Jack. It looked like he was going to keep the ball and decided to pass at the last second.
He found Endrizel in the end zone there, but it'll come back. Boy, Dane Fife looks like a man among boys when he rolls out.
Oh my.
He's just pushing people off at his ankles.
We got a hold, and we got an illegal forward pass, too. Now, Captain.
Yeah, he went past the line of scrimmage, a little of both.
Yep.
See Dane roll out to the right, and there's a hold coming up right in here from one of his linemen. Fife gets by. Watch him just push this defender off right here. Push him off, and then I'll throw it.
Just over.
Nice pass on the run, but it comes back. All for naught.
2nd and 10.
Well, it's a double penalty. Be interesting to see how much yardage they're going to take off for that.
Yeah.
We've got a loss of down. We also have a wonderful announcement here. A couple gals come up here.
There is a loss of down on that penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, they'll lose one, and they'll still take 5 yards away. You hear the Adams sideline going draws and screens, draws and screens.
Fife back to pass. He gets time. He throws into the end zone. It's tipped up, and it is caught. A touchdown for Clarkston.
Tim Wasilk pulled it down. Good hands for Wasilk. Caught that one in traffic off a deflection. We saw the same thing on the other way. Chris Watson dropped his for Adams, but Wasilk holds on. The senior with great hands. He's been hot tonight. Fight to Wasilk all night.
Let's watch this, Jack. He looked like Wasilk was covered pretty good on the play, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, Dane threw it into double coverage here. He was covered. You see Wasilk go up high. And I'm trying to see who he beat there. Yep, it was Mike Elliston that he beat. Elliston got his hand on it, but Wasilk comes down with it, and that's another huge score, and it just takes almost virtually all the life out of the Adams sideline.
Yeah, it does. Good concentration by Tim Wasilk. Here's Kevin Mason up from the JV squad, and he makes it good. The extra point is good.
They call up the freshman, and he boots it through.
39 for Clarkston, 10 for Rochester Adams. 9 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
You see just how well disciplined and well coached his team is. They turn it around on that kind of botched punt there for Adams. They get good field position. They're in 3rd and long. The entire sideline of Adams knew that Dane Fife was throwing that ball deep. He throws it into double coverage. Elston tips it, and Wasilk brings it down. Wasilk just great hands. Wasilk's the point guard on the basketball team.
Transition tackles tough issues like racism, poverty, and current local problems. Jeffrey Miller hosts this interesting half hour designed to open your mind. Watch Transition Wednesday and Friday night at 9 o'clock on Channel 63. Well, Jack, I'm very impressed with the game plan that Clarkston head coach Kurt Richardson has designed for his troops. They've played extremely well disciplined, and they've really mixed up their plays beautifully.
Yeah, Coach Richardson, his 9th year with the Wolves. His brother Gordy helps him out on the sidelines, and they're just fundamentally sound.
Here's the run back by Rochester Adams, up to the 35 and out of bounds.
Chris Ramaya on the return.
Ramaya on the carry. on the return.
See Ramaya come take it up the sideline here, tries to get outside, but there's just no room to go, and the Wolves throw him out of bounds.
Good coverage by Clarkston on that kickoff. Okay, Rochester Adams starts just over the 35-yard line. Let's call it the 37. Back to pass. Wesley, and he is sacked.
Too much pressure from Clarkston.
Looks like a loss of about 4 or possibly 5 on that play.
Yeah, Mike Underwood got in there and was all over Wesley. Little play action fake, steps back, no time. He sees 2 white jerseys in front of him. Uh-oh, time to go to plan B.
Tuck it in.
Ryan Kolka in on that shot too for Clarkston. The Wolves defense stepping up big.
15 yards, guys. From the line, right? No, it's from here.
There's a flag. I didn't see the penalty. Let's see what happens. It's against Clarkston, obviously. 2 plays, 20 yards, 1 minute and 7 seconds. 25-yard pass play from Dane Fife to Waz Silk to cap it off.
Yeah, Waz Silk with 114 yards on 5 catches and 1 touchdown for Clarkston. Fife and Waz Silk are hot. You know what? They called too many men on the field for Clarkston there. A 15-yard penalty.
That's a first down. Let's see if Adams can get some momentum started here in the second half now. Craig Wesley, the quarterback. To give is to Lord up the middle. 40-45 down the right sideline. Down to the 35, rather.
Good run by Ben Lord. Almost a late hit there from number 40, J.D. Zukakowski there. But Ben Lord, the 5'10", 168-pound halfback. You see him take it off the right side. He just cuts outside here. Gets around the corner. Finds daylight. And he's pounded down the field. He just gets run out of bounds. Clarkston just got good foot speed. And Ryan Chapman gets over there and runs him out. Then there was some late hits on the sideline. No need for that with this kind of lead.
None at all. First down and 10. Wesley gives it off. Down to the 30, keeps driving.
Oh, sorry, brother.
See Wesley go over here. And that's Mike Elliston, the running back. He took a shot, though, from number 22, Joe DeGain. The fullback turned into middle linebacker. You see DeGain right there. He wrapped him up.
2nd and 6. Wesley gives it off. There's a flag.
Have to see what the flag on the play was. That man right there, 67.
Got to stop grabbing almost every play. Captain.
Don't hold, boys.
The referee saying, hey, I could call it on every play.
That's exactly right. You can hold in this league or any football league if you can get away with it.
That's right. Just don't get caught. Keep those arms in. If you get your arms extended, that's going to be the yellow dead canary on the field.
From the 40, 2nd down and 15 for Rochester Adams. Wesley calling the signals. Lord set back directly behind him. Quick in motion. Wesley goes back to pass. He throws it long, and it's going to be picked off. No, it's dropped. In and out of the hands.
A nice rush by the nose guard, Underwood.
Yep, Bill Goforth there. He thought he had it. He was running before he caught it. He couldn't believe that Wesley threw him the ball. Wesley's pass here was just short. Little play action, takes a deep drop, spins off, throws it deep, and Goforth's just waiting for it right there. No receiver within 5 yards.
Ooh.
And he was running before he pulled it in.
3rd down, 15 yards to go from the Clarkston 40. Wesley hands off. It's Lord.
The referee's got to stop that stuff. Ben Lord taking too many shots. His momentum was stopped, and 3 Clarkston players laid into him there. Ben Lord was having a great game. That's his 7th rush. He's had 68 yards rushing right now and 6 carries. Here's Lord taking it off tackle, but just takes a shot. Joe DeGain, and DeGain's got help from Weaverstad there, and they just slam him to the ground.
That brings up 4th down with 11. An obvious punting situation. Chris Wasson back for Rochester Adams. High snap. Gets it away. A high semi-spiral coming down. They let it bounce. And Adams downs it.
You know, Bill, it's too bad for the Adams offense because Craig Wesley just hasn't been able to get it up. In the first half, he was 5 of 9 for 105 yards passing. Here in the second half, he's 0 for 3 with no yards. He's been unable to connect. Therefore, they get into third down situations, and they got to slam the halfback off tackle, and Clarkston's waiting for him.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack. It's been the tale of the tape so far. Clarkston has totally dominated on offense thanks to quarterback Dane Fife, and Adams, on the other hand, completely stifled. Well, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, to beat a team like Clarkston, you got to have both things going, the running and the passing, all at the same time.
Absolutely. There's a drive up the middle. Handoff from Dane Fife to number 44.
Jeff Long. And Long knows what to do with it. He pounds it first man through. He gets by the linebackers, gets into open field, puts that head down, tucks the ball in, and took a couple of shots but held onto it. There you see Long just cutting it up.
A 5'11", 195-pound sophomore. 1st and 10 from the 33.
Asher Gillespie made the stop for that one for Adam.
Fife back to pass, gets good protection. Ball is tipped up, and it is intercepted by Rochester Adams.
Yep, Justin Brinkman comes down with the deflection. Big turnover. They're inside midfield. Tell you, it's early in the second half. If the quarterback Wesley pumps one right here, we see Dane take it up top. He's going to look. And right here, there's going to be a hand come in. Yep, ball goes up for grabs, and there it is.
Yep.
But tuck it down, don't turn it over again. Good interception there for Brinkman.
Well, let's see if Adams can get a drive going here. Wesley drops back to pass. He's being rushed. 3 white shirts around him.
Too much pressure. You see Mike Underwood, 62, and Ryan Schlaff, 67. They've been all over the offense. They're owning that offensive line. Look at 67, Schlaff just cut right in there. No one gets a helmet on him at all. Now Underwood's over here to help him, and Wesley's got no help.
They really have dominated the line so far. 2nd and a long 17. From the Clarkston 48. 39-10, Clarkston leading. Wesley goes back to pass. It is complete.
That's Ben Lord coming out of the backfield. So they got a completion, but he sure didn't get much on that one. They're going to need a little more. They got to score off this turnover right here.
Absolutely essential, I think, Jack. It's they've got to find some way to get back into this ball game.
Wesley rolls out left side. Ben Lord dumps out of the backfield. He's wide open, makes the catch here, but he falls down. He might only have 1 or 2 more yards.
3rd and 10.
Clarkston's going to give you that short pass right there.
Let's go offense! Get a first down!
Coach DeJager wants that first down.
I don't. Lord again, he's been taking a pounding.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he gets up. They're really putting some helmets into him now.
When you're 5'10 and 168 pounds.
Lord's the first man through off the right side. Nothing much there. See Whistler go up high. He's got help.
4th down,
Ben Lord,
situation.
Ben Lord's got to shake it off. Lord's going to come out and get a breather.
He's going to be one little tired boy tomorrow.
Yeah, he's really taking some shots tonight.
Yes, he has.
They couldn't do anything on that turnover.
Wasson back to punt. Gets it away. Good punt.
He touched it. He touched it.
And it is going to be picked up, and it is in.
No! Ryan Chapman, I thought, touched the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
But
I thought he did, too.
Let's see.
You just can't run it. I know, but you can't advance it. It's your ball.
Oh, okay. Rochester ball, but he just cannot advance it on that play.
Thank you, Mr. Official, sir, and they'll take it.
Well, that's a break for Rochester Adams.
Yep, Ryan Chapman comes over here, gets a little too close. He misjudges the ball. And the ball lands in front, but his hand hits it right there. It's an open ball. Jump on it. And Mike Bozhak does. Takes it in, but you can't advance the fumble. It'll come back from where Bozhak took possession. And they're, what are they, about the 14-yard line right here.
On the 14. 1st down and 10. Let's see if they can put it in now. Wesley on the give.
You can just hear the pads flying. This Wolves defense is stepping up. They are just controlling that line of scrimmage.
That was Palmer on the carry.
Wesley hands it into Palmer here. It's that wing set. He kind of cuts it through. Underwood gets him first, and then all kinds of white jerseys.
They lost one on the play. 2nd and 11.
Eric Lee, 45, the linebacker. One of the few seniors on the Clarkston team making a big shot, 6'3", 225.
Wesley back to pass. He sees Watson over the middle.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Boy, that referee was questionable, wasn't it?
Yes, he was. It took him a long time to give us a signal whether the pass was good or incomplete.
Well, Wesley connects here down the middle. He'll throw a strike. Watson just runs that post pattern right over the middle. He's open, and this time he holds on in traffic. He dropped too early. He goes low and gets that ball, shows some hands. Bobbles it, but hangs on, puts his back down to the ground, and just kind of cradles it in.
Okay, let's see what they can do now. 1st down, goal to go. No go.
Well, they ran Buchek over the right side there, and there was just nothing there. Buchek's only a sophomore, but he had no room to run. Ran into a lot of Wolves. Buchek cuts off left, and he's heading up against 41, Ryan Kulka, and Kulka just wraps him to the ground. It's still goal to go.
2nd and goal from the 2. Clarkston leads 39-10. Coming up to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Wesley calling the signals. He hands off. Touchdown, Adams. That's Elliston on the touchdown. Mike Elliston, 5'7", 142-pound running back. And that's good for Rochester Adams.
See Wesley hand off to Elliston here. He brings it over the right side. He's got good blocking in front of him, and he just stretches it out a little bit and gets it into the end zone. But a key block on that play came from number 60, Jamie Ferguson. Elliston punches it in, and they narrow the gap a little bit. Another score here in the 3rd quarter. We got a new ball game.
Washington going for the extra point. Wesley holds the spot, booted up, and good. So with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, it's Clarkston 39, the Rochester Adams Highlanders 17.
Boy, if this game was to come down to a field goal, Watson could punch it through, Ken. He's got a leg.
He has an excellent leg. He had a 48-yard field goal in the 1st half.
Exactly. Big score for Adams now. They need to turn it around. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach DeJager went to the onside kick right here, try to get that ball back and keep his defense off the field.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You got all your bodies here?
A lot of time left to play.
I think I heard onside kick there from our sideline mics.
Out there again, 84.
Watson teeing it up.
Well, they put Clarkston knows they got all the receivers up front. They got Wasilk over here, Mike Weaverstad, bringing all their skill people up to the front. Try to avoid the fumble.
Let's see if he'll give it a ride or he'll go on sides with it. Looks on sides, coming to the right side. It goes 10 yards, I think.
Tim Wasilk, the receiver, making the recovery. Boy, I tell you, Coach Richardson smelled that one out. He put his receivers up on the front line, and what do you have? You got field position. You got the ball at the 50. That's how you defend the onside kick.
The good hands people. So Clarkston takes over on the 49, just over the center stripe.
See Watson kind of kick it down. Good kick. Get a little spin with that ball. But Wasilk, he came in and played that within 10 yards. I think that's a re-kick.
I think it is too, Jack. Went 9 yards. Here's the handoff. Up the middle, Brad Phelan on the carry. Up to the 40-yard line.
You see the Clarkston offensive line just open a hole. Phelan finds it, takes it right up the middle, avoids the fumble there, and then dives for a couple more yards. The Adams defense has to stand up here. Their defensive line has to get inside and penetrate a little bit, fill those gaps. There's too many holes for the Wolves.
Jeff Bemis, wide receiver, far out to the right. Fife calling the signals. To give us to Phelan again, up the middle. Good carry. Down to about the 30-yard line. About the 31, let's call it. Should be 2nd and 1.
Great carry from Phelan.
First down, they call it.
Great carry, but what makes his play is the fullback block right here. Watch that blocks. Isolation. There's the hole. Phelan kicks it back inside. We got a first down.
Good hole.
That's what backfields do. You block for each other. Jeff Long, the fullback, made a nice block, and Phelan knew what to do with it when he got out there.
Fife gives again to Phelan up the middle for about 4.
Phelan again. I think Clarkston wants to keep it on the ground, wear that defense down. They know Adams is tired, and use a lot of that clock. Here's Phelan again, breaking it off and cutting it back inside. Picks up 4 or 5.
I was just going to say, Jack, I don't think you'll see Dane Fife putting it up much more this ball game.
Avoid those turnovers.
2nd and 6. Here's the handoff to the big boy. He's down to the 15-yard line. That's number 44, Jeff Long, the big fullback.
Long, only a sophomore, 5'11", 190. You see these sophomores from Clarkston, you go, how do these guys play football like that? They have feeder programs. Look at Long. He's been playing since 7th grade. He cuts up the hole, and he breaks it back outside right here and picks up another 10 or 15 yards. Long's tough in the open field. Take away an ankle tackle from Mike Boshak, and Long's taking it in. That's the key to any high school program, though, having feeder programs. You want to have players on the field that have had a lot of experience and a lot of minutes coming into their sophomore, junior, and senior years.
Absolutely. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score of the Clarkston Wolves 39, Rochester Adams 17. On the next Roadshow video, Pat and Bubba take you to the Renaissance Festival. That's Roadshow Video, Thursday at 9 p.m. on Channel 63.
Look at Pat and Bubba on that one. Festival of the Arts.
No, there's not much bell ringing tonight.
Nope, senior day has been kind of a downer here. Coach,
But they're still having a good time here, though, Jack.
Yeah, they won't give up. They got the 90-member band. They got the cheerleaders going wild, but and you just see Clarkston just eating the clock up and taking the ball up and down the field and totally controlling the line of scrimmage. There's not much to get happy about.
Okay, we're into the final 12 minutes of play. Clarkston up 39-17. Dan Fife rolls left. Incomplete.
Intended pass there for...
The intended receiver was number 23 for Clarkston.
Yeah, Brad Conley. You see Fife come over and try to find Conley deep on the left side, but that throw's a little wobbly there. A little bit of a duck from Dane Fife, and Conley can't come up with it. A little tighter spiral, and Conley was close to the end zone. Got a little injury there, a little wrist action. Took a shot right there. That's one of the worst spots to get hit. They have nothing to protect you right there.
Absolutely.
You see in the NFL, that's why they wrap their arms all the way down.
2nd and 10 from the 15.
Got a face mask in the wrist.
In motion. Fife, another pass in the left flat. It is caught. And down to the 5-yard line, it appears to be.
Nice catch for Jeff Bemis. Bemis worked himself open. You see Dane come over here, look to the right side. He's going to go back to his left, looking for Bemis. He finds him, good protection from his line. This one's a tighter spiral. Bemis comes up with a nice catch for Bemis.
Dandy catch.
Beautiful. Soft hands.
3rd down and 1. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Ryan Chapman made it look easy.
There's not much you can do to stop that when your holes are opened up to run a Kenworth truck through, Jack. It's they're just totally dominating the front line.
Yep, the left side of that line's blocking. He gets in again behind 44. Jeff Long. Chapman punches it in, and he's dancing in the end zone.
Clarkston looking to put on their 46th point on the scoreboard. 11:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Timeout, Clarkston. The Why the timeout, I haven't the vaguest idea. You don't go for 2. You can't go for 2.
They got a huge lead. I'm not sure what they want to do.
I haven't the vaguest idea on this one.
But I think they wanted to avoid a penalty from too much time, which would have moved the ball back on.
Make them rush it, okay? Let's get back into this, okay? So, your heads up.
Join Mark Gomez as he takes you on the waters of Michigan on the Master Anglers. He and his guests will give you the advice you need to reel in a fish just like this one. That's the Master Anglers, Thursday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 63. Kevin Mason on the point after touchdown attempt. Here's the snap. It's bobbled. Mason picks it up, and he's down to the 20. So the point attempt fails. It's 45-17. Clarkston over Rochester Adams.
Yeah, bad snap there. You see Mason pick it up just up from the JV. The freshman kind of looking around. And 28, Mike Elston got in there and brought him down. Here's the snap. A little bit high. Holder misplays it. Mason comes over, picks it up. He's going to run around the corner. And here's Elston here. Good foot speed. Go down low and bring him down. Nice tackle.
Stay around here.
Coach Jim DeJager for Rochester Adams.
That's a done deal.
Mason will be kicking off for the Wolves.
See the Clarkston scoring drive there. They went 50 yards in 7 plays. Used up about 2:28, and Chapman punched it in for them from 7 yards out for a huge lead. And they just continue to dominate the line of scrimmage and dominate the clock.
Here's the kick. A line drive kick. Out of bounds.
That should be out of bounds. Romano was over there. Our offense coming on the field. Okay, folks, here we go.
Now let's see if quarterback Craig Wesley can do something with this offense that has definitely sputtered tonight, Jack.
5-9-4-1.
The official have to gauge where he thought the ball went out of bounds.
5-9-4-1.
You're going to end up in good
You
field
are the lucky
position.
winner. Come on down.
Placing the ball at the 35 rather than the kick over.
Well, our statistician, Cy DeMulemeister, just told me we didn't win on the 50-50 raffle. Heck, I bought half the tickets. It's rigged. Who won? Who won that thing?
Here's Wesley rolling right. The pass is complete.
I need a gas money. I got to get home. You see Wesley's going to take it to the air again. He rolls out to the right. He's looking for somebody, anybody open. And he just couldn't come up with the completion there. As Brad Sorala tried to pull it down, but too many white jerseys, too much traffic.
2nd and 5 from their own 40.
Wesley throws a tight spiral. I think he's got to take it deep.
He gives it off up the middle. That goes absolutely nowhere.
You're going to see one of the best defensive players on the field tonight, 67, Ryan Schlaff. He's only a junior. He's 5'11", 195, and he's an animal inside. He plays defensive tackle, and he's been owning that line of scrimmage.
That was Buchek on the carry. He got absolutely nowhere. 3rd down, still 5 yards to go from the 40. Wesley drops back. He's being rushed, and he is sacked. Dropped for about a 6-yard loss. Clarkston all over him on that play.
Yep, the offensive line just can't hold the white jerseys off. Wesley's got absolutely no time. We're at 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and look how many people come in within 3 seconds. That's not a good sign. Your offensive line has to give you 4 to 5 seconds if you're going to throw the ball more than 10 yards.
Well, Watson's back to punt again. It seems like he's been out there half the ball game. High snap. Takes it in, gets the punt away. It's a good punt. A good punt. Clarkston lets it drop. And it'll be whistled down at about the 24-yard line. Good punt by Chris Watson.
Mike Hosbach downs it for him. Watson's showing a strong leg, both in field goals, extra points. And punting, he's a good kicker.
He is a good kicker, Jack.
I tell you, Ryan Chapman, number 1 from Clarkston, needs to get away from that ball right there. That ball bounces back and hits him. We get another fumble.
Which happened just, in the third quarter?
Yeah. Yeah. Happened just earlier, and Adams got a touchdown off it.
Okay, Clarkston going to go to work again. They lead 45
Hey,
to
what's
17.
this, high school? What happened to the Razor? Come on. This is John Matuzak.
5 still in at quarterback for the Clarkston Wolves. Hands off. No, correction. That's Jeff Bemis at quarterback. He hands off, but there are flags on the play.
Boy, Todd Anderson walks in my history class looking like that.
Captain, what did he make?
Little motion.
New quarterback now. Bemis handing off. They've taken Dane Fife out to avoid the injury. But there were flags everywhere. When you get a new quarterback, you got a new cadence. It's tough for the offensive line. You know, the timing is thrown off, and you end up with some offsides penalties.
That's right. Ball is brought back. Clarkston in motion.
Sewell's in there, 71.
First down and 15.
Inside. Giddings is on the outside.
Bemis still a quarterback.
Bemis is a 6 foot, 165-pound senior.
Long the setback directly behind him. Brad Phelan behind him. Give us to Long. Big number 44 pounds it up to the 25-yard line.
Good job by Long to hang on to the ball there. The Adams defenders coming in trying to tackle the ball rather than tackle the ball carrier. You see him here reaching for the ball right in here. Fighting for it.
Trying to strip it. 2nd and 8.
Look at the fans. Don't give up. It's Senior Appreciation Day.
The give is to Phelan. He's at the 30, the 35. Brought down just over the 35-yard line. Brad Phelan. 5'8", 160 pounds.
Tough-looking runner, only a sophomore. You see Phelan kick it out. Bemis gives it to him, but he kicks it off to the right side. He saw a hole, he found it. For a sophomore to have that kind of field vision coming through is really something. To think this team lost 19 starters. They went to the state semifinals last year. Troy beat them at the beginning of the year. They beat them in the semifinals. They're coming right back to the playoffs this year, and they're all sophomores.
Very impressive display, Jack. Long on the carry. He gained a couple.
You know, the only schools I thought didn't have down years were like Country Day or Brother Rice or Catholic Central, but look at this Clarkston club.
My old alma mater was Brother Rice. I played in the very first team they had. I was a member of the first graduating class. We didn't win a ball game my 4 years there. In fact, when we scored a touchdown, this is a true story, we scored a touchdown, the brothers called off class for the next day. And I didn't help matters. I think I was one of the slowest defensive backs you ever saw. Up the middle. There goes Phelan for the carry. He's down to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Clarkston.
Chris Ramaya couldn't catch him. Phelan gets out into the open field, and what speed, foot speed. The Clarkston faithful, they came out in force tonight. They have a tough team. Phelan takes it in. They've got a lot of weapons.
Gifford, Roy, and Sutherland.
And Clarkston continues to pile it up here.
Bemis
51.
finds Phelan. He's got a huge hole right here. He'll kick it out to the left right here. He sips through a hole right there. He's gone.
He outruns Cook.
Just total speed now in the open field. 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. And look at that speed.
Kevin Mason set for the extra point. It's good. So with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the ball game, the Clarkston Wolves are up by 35 points, 52-17 over Rochester Adams Highlanders.
We do want to announce that.
You know, Coach Richardson said at halftime, although the score's up, if we stay up, I want to avoid injuries. I want to work on some of my second and third team players, but I really want to work with Kevin Mason, my freshman kicker, get him used to those extra points because we're going to need them come state tournament time.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and with this kind of margin, you know, with the state rankings the way they go, it's not necessarily your record that counts. It's how many points you win by, depending on who you beat, your opposition's record. They're called power rating points. And this kind of margin can only help the Clarkston team move up in the rankings. And it looks like if they avoid an upset, they could be on their way to the state tournament after losing 19 starters. That's unbelievable.
It certainly is. Here's Mason on the kick. And a little pooch. Coming down, picked up with a 40.
All right, we had Palmer receiving that one. Richardson.
James Palmer on the return, but man, he took the shot. He's limping it off.
Yeah. Here's the Clarkston scoring drive. 4 plays, 77 yards, capped off by a 63-yard run by Phelan. 2 minutes, 53 seconds on the possession.
Looking now, Phelan's got 15 carries for 129 yards on the night.
Wesley still in a quarterback. Hands off. Up to the 50, down to the 47-yard line. Let's call it the 46.
Wonderful block by Loswitz.
Now let's call it the 47.
Big carry from Mike Elliston here. He'll cut off the right side, get behind a couple of blockers there. One of them being 72, Mark Lozowitz. Elliston finds the hole, gets out an open field, and gets that first down. Yeah, that was Jeff Bemis, the quarterback at Clarkston, making a tackle. I was double checking.
On the give, on left end, 40, down to the 35.
Elston again comes around the other side this way, gets over the left corner, gets into the open field, another first down. You know, going into this drive, Adams only had 43 net yards in the second half. Elston just got about 30 right here on his own. Off the left side, plenty of blocking. Elston gets in behind him, shows good speed, might want to move that ball. There you go, move it to the other side, avoid the hit. Gets out here, just kind of slips down and tuck that ball away. Don't let a fumble happen.
Here's the give up the middle, down to the 20. He could go the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Rochester Adams.
Mike Buchek. He's only a sophomore too. Mike Buchek, 5'6", 163. He was talking to his parents at halftime, and they were saying, hey, you know, we have a young team too. Look at Buchek when he gets into the open field. Cuts over here to the left side, and he's gone.
Beautiful run by Buchek. Adams' 23rd point of the night. Wasson on for the extra point attempt.
They got the band back into it. Watch Wasson. I don't want to jinx him. Let's see it. Look at that kid.
Clarkston 52, Rochester Adams 24 with 4 minutes 25 seconds left to play.
Boy, that picked up the spirits of the Adams crowd to see a sophomore Mike Buchek take it around and bust a long one for him.
That was a pretty play, Jack. Now, if you're Coach Jim DeJager, do you go onside again on your kick?
425. You know, he might want to. He might because you know, Wasson's a good kicker. That last one he kicked, he had the right kind of squib to it. It was bouncing, and I thought Silk fielded it early.
He did field it early.
Maybe you talk to the ref here and say, hey, they can't touch it until it's neutral for 10 yards. Let that ball bounce a little bit. Yeah, I'd go for it.
Well, let's see what happens. He does have the good hands people out in the front line again. You've got Chapman and Bemis, your wide receivers.
You know, another thing, Bill,
Brad Conley.
This big crowd did not come out to see your defense on the field. They want to see some offense. Let's go.
Absolutely. 3 plays, 60 yards, minute 35 in possession, a 33-yard run by Buchek. Here's the kick. Onside. That one goes 10. And Clarkston recovers. Jeff Bemis on the recovery.
Yep, put our quarterback, our receivers, all of our skill people get up on that front line. Bemis recovered it nicely.
And let's see if Jeff Bemis stays in at quarterback. See some clean white shirts out there for Clarkston, so they'll be substituting pretty freely now, I would imagine. It's Coach Kurt Richardson rests his starters. The ball on the Adams 49. Here's the give. Loss of about 2 on the play. Evans on the carry.
The defensive end now coming in and doing a little running back. Also, a few folks, a lot of you missed it, you came late, but tonight the band had Parents Night, and all the seniors were announced.
2nd and 12, loss of 2 on the play. Frack split wide to the right. Bemis gives on the handoff. Down to about the 46-yard line of Adams.
Boy, there was some nice hitting in there from the Adams. Trevor Potts, 51, puts a lick on him, along with 78, Giddings. And boy, they really rammed him to the ground. You got to love that. I like to see the hitting. Ryan Kolka took some shots right there.
Yes, he did.
Make him pay the price.
Especially when you're trailing by 28 points.
Yeah, in your home field.
You
Get some
bet.
licks in.
Yeah.
You come to practice every day. Use that helmet.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 6. Bemis on the give.
Nice shot.
A lot of brown and gold uniforms around that ball carrier. That was Kolka again on the carry.
He took a shot from Adam Fazanesi right here, 96.
That'll bring up 4th down. Mike Elliston standing deep for Adams. The snap is high. Teague gets it off. A low wobbler, that's picked up, taken up to the 50-yard line, just shy of the 50.
Josh Cook returns it for him.
That was a bad snap, and Teague had to get it off in a hurry.
Let's see the snap again, but Clarkston's had some bad snaps.
So happy birthday, Andrea.
A little bit high, way high.
Good job of recovering by Teague.
Gets it off, could have been a block from behind, but the ref didn't call it.
Here's Wesley on the give to Elliston. Over the 50, down to about the 47-yard line.
Nice carry by Mike.
Mike Elliston, the ball carrier.
Number 25, with a play from the sideline.
5'7", 147 pounds. 2nd and 5 from the 47. Wesley rolls right. Look, it's over the middle to Elliston again. He's down to 30, the 25, the 20, the 15.
Oh,
a beautiful play. Wesley to Ellison.
Once again, Wesley to Mike Elson.
Yep, nice look by Wesley there. Here Wesley's going to roll out, come off. Little play action, come off here to the right side. Go right over the middle. Here's Elston open. If he gets a block up in here. And one more block. See it right there. Someone's right there has got to give him another block downfield.
Yep. Wesley rolls left. Incomplete in the end zone. 33 seconds left to go in the game.
Tried to find Sarala there. Brad Sarala just kind of deflected it. See Wesley rolling off. He's spinning that ball around looking for a grip. He finds it. He zips it right in there. Sarala can't handle it. A little too hot to handle.
2nd and 10. Adams trying to salve their wound, so to speak, getting into the end zone on the final possession. Wesley drops back. He looks into the end zone. It is caught, a touchdown. Cook.
Nice catch.
The receiver on that, I believe it was Cook. Was it not, Jack?
Oh,
no,
Tim,
I'm sorry.
Tim Daggett.
Tim Daggett. Good play. Glad to see that.
Tim Daggett, 5'8", 145. Receiver, you see Wesley come over here, find Daggett down the left sideline. He airs it up, puts enough height under it. Daggett gets up underneath it and comes down. Nice catch.
Good concentration. Good concentration.
Way to hold on to it. And is the bell going to ring? Ring the bell.
Here's Watson's point after attempt. It's good. 52 for Clarkston, 31 for Rochester Adams. Ring that bell. 27 seconds left to go in the ball game. Well, that shows me a little. That shows me some heart, Jack.
Yes.
Rochester Adams, a good possession there.
Their defense stood up, made some nice tackles. Their offense takes over.
Yeah.
Wesley showed some pride, got it in there, and Daggett made a nice job. He was bobbling, but he came down with it.
Good concentration.
It was a big play. Get the crowd back into it.
Absolutely. High school football on a Friday night in Michigan.
You know, Bill, there's 27 seconds. I'm gonna beat the crowd right here. Get down and let's try to get in front of Dane Fife and see what he's got to say. See what the sophomore quarterback can say. I was totally impressed by him.
Okay, partner.
Everyone, please drive carefully when the game is over. And we look forward to seeing you all here next week.
27 seconds to go. Chris Wasson kicking off for Rochester Adams. And he line drives it. Picked up by Kevin Mason on the 15-yard line. The freshman down to the 20. And he is popped by a swarm of brown jerseys.
Number 14 on the play.
Here you see Mason kicking up the low line drive.
Well, we've got Stein. We've got Tregenza.
And you'll see a bunch of gold helmets on him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half the team came up to meet Kevin Mason. So Clarkston High takes over again. Jeff Bemis will be the quarterback. He's normally the wide receiver. Young man has very good hands. Pretty impressive speed. It's been an extremely impressive display by the Clarkston Wolves tonight on offense. And there goes the gun to end the game. The final score, Rochester Adams 52. Excuse me. Make that the Clarkston Wolves 52, Rochester Adams 31. A beautiful display. Coach Jim DeJager shaking hands with the referee. And you see the teams and coaches shaking hands after a hard-fought ball game. 52-31. Clarkston the final score. And we'll be going to a break. Back after this.
If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
Clarkston 52, Adams Highlanders 31. Jack Roberts, an impressive display by the Clarkston Wolves tonight.
Yeah, they came out ready to play. Dane Fife had his game together. They got it off early. They got out to a big lead, and Fife was just hot. You can just see here when we break down the stats in passing, it really wasn't that close. Clarkston finished with 179 yards passing, 273 rushing, but total yards 449, 20 first downs, and time of possession. But Dane was on fire. He had 5 runs for 86 yards. He scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he was 8 of 11 passing for 178 yards. He's only a sophomore. It's a very strong Clarkston team. I really don't see anyone getting them. They go home next week to take on Seaholm. Then they take on Lake Orion. Minus the upset, they're back in the state tournament.
Next week, it's crossover week in the Oakland Activities Conference. TCI Sports will choose the game we think will be the best matchup. That's the game of the week next Saturday and Monday at 8 p.m. on Channel 63. Again, our final score, the Clarkston Wolves 52, Adams Highlanders 31. For Jack Roberts, I'm Bill Whiting. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week.